There's some stewards going around this crowd. We've still got the lads here who still owe £16,000. They've agreed to continue and do it. We promise them they'll get the money. There's some buckets going around. If you've got anything and you can spare it, please put it on. And right now, the lyrics of that song says, whatever you do today, you'll have to sleep with tonight. I made a mistake 3 years ago. Press play. This is the most important film I've ever made.
Hold on, I'll get a better picture, guys.
Court buildings across the West. The Royal Court of Justice are running named. These buildings have been weaponised and used against members of the public to destroy them if they speak out. From Donald Trump to Steve Bannon to Gert Wilders to Marina Penn to Kate Hopkins. That's what's happening. My job as a journalist, I stand for freedom of speech, I stand for freedom of the press, and I failed. Because 3 years ago, when I lost the court case here, they bankrupted me to the tune of £1.6 million. In the documentary, you're going to see the entire story was a lie. Okay? I failed because I should have come out of court and I should have played you that film. Why didn't I play you that film? Because I was given a gagging order by this building, by this judge. I was silent, and I allowed them to silence me because I was scared. I was scared of 2 years in prison. I was scared of the effect that solitary confinement for that length of time would have on me. I was scared of jihadi gangs in jail. And I was scared of the effect it would have on my family. I failed me and I failed you. I'm not going to fail myself again. You're now going to watch the best citizen journalism, the most incredible exposure of the establishment you've ever seen. The news is how we find out what's happening in the world. It's how we form our opinions. Opinions based on facts. That's the key. Facts. Facts should be delivered to you by journalists based on the truth. But what if what they're delivering you isn't the truth? What if it's stories that are manipulated to make you think a certain way, to follow a certain narrative, different people's agendas? And what do they do to those who go against that mainstream narrative? Those who try to expose the truth. This is a documentary about the lengths they will go to shut down and silence anyone from bringing you, the British public, the truth.
That's my job in non-disclosure agreements.
There's one the hockey stick over his head and hit him in the spine.
This kid was unconscious already. That's just malicious.
Sandy, you're not going to... No, because what you're doing, I know what you're doing.
Tommy, I am going to mince your kids, mate.
This is a documentary about the unholy alliance between the media, the justice system and our politicians. How they conspire to suppress free speech, how they convert democracy, and how the truth and your freedoms are just two of the casualties. We will show how the mainstream media deceives people, how they ignore the truth, how the lies of the virtual signalling BBC, ITV and Channel 4 are all about their poisonous agenda, no matter the cost to innocent people. It's also a documentary about how an everyday playground incident between two young lads was spun into global news. At a terrible cost for so many people, not least the two young lads themselves. We will show how the law is being abused, how people driven by hateful ideologies attempt to intimidate and silence anyone who dares to challenge the so-called progressive, so-called liberal narrative. We will show the foolishness of our fear-driven political leaders who jumped on a story, took a side without knowing the truth, or worse still, knowing it but hiding it, because the truth didn't fit their narrative, regardless of the human cost. And we'll ask three important questions. Firstly, is the media accountable to anyone, in any way, for what they report? Years after the Leveson inquiry, has anything changed, or do they continue to act with impunity? Secondly, is our legal system still fit for purpose? We will show how lawyers who hate Britain but love jihadi models have weaponised the law system against us, and how the legal system really only works for the rich. And finally, how do we keep our politicians accountable? If the police, the courts and the state can silence anyone for speaking inconvenient truths that may raise questions about government policy, is the UK any different from China, Russia or Iran? in their treatment of dissidents. And of course, for Piers Morgan, for Jeremy Vine, for the BBC ITV and Channel 4, it's a tutorial on journalism. Keep watching, you'll learn more. Our story appears to start and end in a brief playground incident at Almonbury Community School in Huddersfield. A playground scuffle. One boy poured a bottle of water on another child. The school dealt with it, and that should have been that. 3 weeks later, however, a video clip of the incident surfaced, and within hours, with the help of lawyers and the ignorant brackets of ITV's Piers Morgan and the BBC's Jeremy Vine, it was made into global news. And the lives of so many people were turned upside down. Such playground incidents happen every day. So why was this lad, between two boys, transformed into global news? Well, one of the boys was white, and the other, a Syrian refugee. At which point the truth of the matter was buried beneath an avalanche of agendas and opportunity. Within hours, the Race Hate Brigade was sharpening their blades.
But clearly when somebody comes from Syria, fleeing Assad's regime, and coming to a place like this, when you get treated that way, that's an issue. And the whole world is looking at it.
Where are we? We're in Almonbury. Do I say the scene of the incident? It's the scene of the Great Lie. I call it the Great Lie because this lie was pushed around the globe. Yeah? This here is the school where the world was told a Syrian refugee was waterboarded by a racist English bully. We're in a playing field here. Do you know what? This is the first time I've been here. Because when this blew up on the news, it's a child's school. Kids are in school. I didn't come outside here. You see the scenes outside here when the Imam was here with mobs of men, yeah? Mobs of Muslim men. Extremists travelled up from London, such as Ali Gower, to cause a scene outside this kids' school. Anyway, but I'm here. Why am I here? I'm here because of facing court cases. I'm being prosecuted. It's gone to the High Court, and I have to prove. I made a video stating that it was a lie, stating that Jamal was innocent, and telling some facts about Jamal beating up girls, an instance that I've been warned about by the leaders of this community to tell the truth about what happened in this school. I've got proof in court, so I'm now going to knock. I need to find witnesses. I've got addresses of many. I need to knock and talk to them and see who I can get to come to court to help me prove to you, the public. This is about as much as proven in court as proving to you, the British public, that I was the only journalist in the country who told the truth about what happened in this community. The story you were told. You were told that a vulnerable Syrian child refugee had been bullied and waterboarded by a nasty boy. You were told it was a racist attack. You were told of the dangers of far-right extremism. You were invited to agree that this kind of intolerance could not be tolerated. Was he vulnerable? Was it a racist attack? Our evidence showed the answer to both these questions was no. Was the Syrian lad waterboarded? Why was this word used? What about this? Was that waterboarding? Take a look at this. Shows a group of non-white children beating up a white girl. It went viral online, but it wasn't touched by the mainstream media. It wasn't made into a global story. Why not? Meanwhile, the usual suspects had lit the fire and were gleefully stoking the flames.
Everybody was exposing the scumbag that did this, so I hope it's severe retribution.
And of course, the politicians. They're always quick to jump on the bandwagon. Theresa May, Sajid Javid, Naz Shah, Nicholas Simons, Winston Churchill's grandson. Such moral outrage. And it's not just the media and the politicians. In today's Twitter and Facebook-driven worlds, where celebrities and groups compete to virtue signal, most of them driven by the feeling they get by expressing their moral outrage, or by fear. The fear of what might happen to them if they don't. Everyone who's anyone pumped the Bailey Jamal story. Boxers, Lennox Lewis, Huntsville Football Club, celebrities from across the globe.
Let's have a look at all of the celebrities and blue tick brigade who pumped the Jamal story.
And here are some of the people who pumped the story you watched earlier of the white girl getting beaten up. Sam, Whether it's politicians, celebrities or other groups, none of them are wise enough or pause long enough to ask whether they have the whole story, to check the facts, to find the truth. But why let the truth get in the way of such a good story? And this story was just too good a story. Two lads in a playground scrap is not in the national news. A racist white thug waterboards helpless Syrian refugee. Boom! Racism can't be tolerated. Beware of the far right. That's their kind of story. We'll hear more about the middle and the left later, but they clearly weren't going to miss out.
Sorry about the volume, guys. You might not be able to hear too much.
Representing might be too hard to work with, and here and consensus.
Mohammed ibn Handel, a Mufti on a mission, he rushed on the reef in his mosque in Baghdad, a town at the far end of the district. In fact, there's 40 mosques closer to this one. But perhaps Mufti Pandor had his own agenda. You see, his little brother, Councillor Shabir Pandor, is the leader of Kirklees Council and Hudson. And they were having some pretty bad news days at that time. By the way, Mufti Pandor, he's the same guy who wouldn't be coming mob to come to the school in Baghdad and demand the sack of the RE teacher. We showed a cartoon of Mohammed in a discussion about free speech.
Look at what we do as a community, and you'll understand our stance. So what has happened is totally unacceptable. Yeah? And we have made sure the school understand that. The teacher has been suspended. The teacher has been suspended.
You may recall the teacher had to flee, and he's still in hiding under police protection. Luckily, he hasn't ended up like Samuel Paty, the French teacher who was beheaded for having a similar discussion in a classroom about free speech. You see, free speech is essential for any society wishing to maintain intellectual and social progress. But not all societies are bothered about intellectual and social progress. Should we be silenced by the demands of Mufti Pandor and Sharia law? Should we sacrifice our freedom of speech? Should we sacrifice the free and open exchange of ideas? Should we sacrifice the cultural inheritance of which we are all custodians? But back to the bad news days in Kirklees and the playground incident in 2008. There was also Kirklees councillor Masood Ahmed.
I'm not aware of there's a problem at the school. That's something I was there to find out in Jordan that there is a problem at the school, and that is something I'm definitely picking up.
Now, some of you may remember
And those would explain what's happening next time.
Being arrested? I am being arrested. I've caused a breach of peace. I'm being arrested. The content that I'm streaming, I'm being arrested for breach of peace. Being arrested for breach of peace. You've all watched this. You've all watched this. You've all watched this. You've all watched this. Can you get me a solicitor? Can you get me a solicitor? Yeah? No, can you stop explain again? What does that mean? What does that mean?
at the same time as this playground spat between two young lads, 20 Huddersfield men will be in jail across Yorkshire and Leeds Crown Court for what would be the biggest grooming gang Britain has ever seen. Ultimately, 35 almost exclusively Muslim men would be given 380 years in prison for grooming, trafficking, young children. Most of them were known to Councillor Pandor's Kirklees Council. Mufti Pandor travelled for half an hour to wrangle round a gang outside the school gate over this playground, when within a couple of mile radius in Baghdad, police have arrested a further 99 men in relation to historic sex crimes. So far, 32 have been charged, including one Ibrahim Pandor, 41 of Baghdad. That makes it the highest destination of grooming gang arrests anywhere in the UK. We Googled to see what Mufti Pandor has said about these grooming gang atrocities. Nothing. We Googled to see what Councillor Masood Ahmed's condemnation. Nothing. In fact, we can't find a condemnation from the Mufti's brother either, Councillor Shabir Pandor, leader of the council. Just one statement from him, reported in June 2009, telling the National Working Group, Child Sexual Exploitation Response Unit, that his authority has moved forward. That's it. They've moved on. Never mind grooming gangs and gang rape of young children, all these men seem to be far more concerned about what happened in a playground for all Brigadier School. All about cartoons, but they're profit mad.
I'm trying to keep it on focus, but I keep looking up the screen myself, so bear with me.
I think I now realise how difficult this is going to be, because everyone we spoke to today, they all confirmed what I said was true. Everyone confirmed what the mouth was like, including the school stuff. But as soon as I mentioned this camera, as soon as I mentioned court, I need someone to come to court, they just stone me silent straight away. No, not can I have said that. No, can I have said this? They jumped in straight away. I realise how difficult it's going to be, but I have got an idea for it now. After today, so the first stop McDonald's, just go to McDonald's because I'm starving, it's been a long day. Yeah. Smaller in life, no, yeah. Nice to meet you. No, I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Ross. Steve, how are you, mate? Tommy. I'm good, mate. Well, mate, have you still got all those hidden cameras? Yeah, of course I have, yeah. But I'm borrowing. But when I say borrowing, I'm not borrowing, I'm going to need to take them for weeks because I've got so much to do. It's a long story, I'll explain on the scene. But I'm in a bit of a situation, I need some hidden cameras. That's it. So that's the idea. The idea is, I've got a friend there, Secret Steve, who has all sorts of cameras. Yeah? He's a private investigator. I need to show the public everything I've heard today. I need the public to hear and know the truth. I need you to know how much has been lied to by the media about what happened in this town. And the only way, unfortunately, the only way I'll be able to do that is with hidden cameras. Because today, I've heard the truth, but I need you to know the truth. And everyone's too scared. That's why I said Project Fear. Everyone is too scared to speak the truth or to come to court. So I'm going to end up here hammered in court. The whole world told us lies when it happened. So the UK was the truth. So we need to prove it. So we'll shoot down the motorway now. These are all. So this is a tie. There's a camera in there. That's the camera. Mad, isn't it? Camera there. You've got everything here. Cameras, glasses. I don't wear glasses, so that's really awkward. That's the bottom of a coffee cup. So put that on the bottom of a coffee cup. It's not like James Bond. That's the camera. I'll have to take this off, but it doesn't matter, because this records all the audio, records everything. That's the camera, but it's the only way I'm going to speak. And then I need you to hear what I do. The idea that people were on the street shooting for was a problem. The fact is, the video itself, the way showing the accumulation of things that built up to that, did not deserve to hand to him or to anybody else. I'm afraid the media, I call it perfect storm. I was getting emails from Pakistan from Australia telling me to do that. So I went very wide, and I'm afraid I came to teach to help moving. And
she's gone. That's going to whack it in there.
I've got a problem. I lost my job at this. And as a result, the council has told me that I cannot speak to anybody ever about it. So, fortunately, I was there when it happened, I was there when I got in the situation, and then Austin came, then Trevor wasn't there anymore. That's all I can say. I can't enjoy it. So, that's where it's left me. And
sorry guys, it's flagged.
I can look now, but then I'm only 15. I'm out of it. That's what makes me mad. It's a young man, your wife, it's an articulate lad, it's not wet out here. That's terrible. I can't. No. If I do, I can get something to it. No, I can't. I do it. Seriously. Because one of the councils was on the mayor secretary. So they said, you can't. So that was all the way, so for the veterans, for the veterans, I can't remember. I went there for all the house, so
So I can't still see it, guys. Our window. Always want to have a prize against students I've never had. Never been allowed to have. Never been allowed to sit all night to have staff, which is totally wrong. So I've been there for 13 years, actually 20 years now. Never got retired, never got a welcome. This whole thing was used. The whole thing was used to visually
I'm gonna move somewhere else. Sorry about that, guys. There's a flag keeps smacking in the face, making the camera go funny.
I'm not sure if I will get anything out of this in life positive out of it either. That's just something like to got a through some grades from juniors, but that's about it. You know, that's it. The thing is, the kids are having 6 weeks prior to winter trial, and they're on the same day at the same time in front of the toilet to go film themselves, to study for this. And then they build up. I couldn't comment on that. Build up observations to the students, which PC was English, but not good. Already that's going. I know that's going. All I hope that's recorded. I can't say that to you. So I just pray that's got the audio and the visual. It's not audio that we've got. That was the hit speech. That's the first thing. And I know this is going to work. So I now know it means I know. Just off that, he talked before he shut the door in the face. He didn't. It seemed like he wanted to talk. There's a lot he wants to say. So yeah, let's go. Expression. It's exciting. Was there a racism problem in the school? What about Syrian refugees? Like, do you think what happened to Jamal in the school because he was a Syrian refugee?
No, I told you before, that would have happened. The child was white, with white and color.
They're all scared.
A lot of Koreans out there. I work for probation service now.
You do now?
Yeah. So I don't know where I stand with it. Like, I couldn't do the job.
Don't lie.
You understand what I'm saying? Okay. I work for probation service now. See if I can work for...
You see if you're someone who's
if I can work for the public sector no more, I'll tell them how they can fuck themselves with that. I mean...
So they seem to be pretty keen on these idiots. Who is that?
That is gone. That kind of score that was used.
What?
Loads. I'm saying I can't score because I'm assigned it.
That incident was talked about by Theresa May at G20 summit. We asked her a question about it. We were then arrested by 5 of the top inspectors in the country. So there was some one registered inspector. We had the head of safeguarding, we had our atmosphere member of the West speaking to me about it. If you look at his opinion, they said, get up there, this is everyone knows, let's go, shoot our schools. Get up there and get all this. Get up there, get everything. But what do you mean that is? Because I'm not thinking about it now, because I come in 2 years ago, I've got so many negative things said about it now, so many. But I'm not saying it. Well, I'm not saying it. I've got children who've got 14 and 4. We have 9 student children, 9 families. We're in a revolution.
Well, my view is that we won't get much of an answer out of problems. We weren't there around by various confidentiality, so...
Not the scale of things. Clean the paper as well. They all have. Every teacher at home looks to tell the truth. And the head teacher can't even talk about Jamal at all.
No.
But if they do,
Well, if you don't get out, it must be a good one.
are you expecting to go there for?
No, I was the chairman of this there, but so it's not...
What my issue is?
You're not going to get anywhere.
No, yeah.
I'm not going to talk to you about it.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, sorry.
About what happened today.
I am not even...
So I just had to chase around with lady to track some money in her pot.
I can't see the figure because if I see the figure, it goes out.
Because now 18. Well, the head teacher's told us already he was blackmailed and threatened. I've just found out of Kumar. He was paid £18,000. Paid, he said, I can't touch. I signed up, I was paid. So paid what? He was paid money by the local council. So he can't tell the truth about what's gone on in that school. They've given everyone non-disclosure agreements. From school staff to governors. And Paul Kumar to get £18,000. He's not even involved. If you live here, if you live in this area, your tax money, he's got 18 grand. What must the head teacher have got? He must have got 6 figures. How much money have they spent on this line?
We put in a freedom of information request to Kirklees Council to find out exactly how much they had spent of taxpayers' money to get the silence of their staff. They didn't answer the first request. They avoided the second. Only when we sent them legal letters, because they had to by law answer these questions, did we get our answer. They had spent over £250,000. Nearly £275,000 of taxpayers' money was spent making people remain silent.
But they've spent money silencing everybody, so no one can ever, this is forever, once you sign that agreement, no one can ever tell the truth, while they pushed this manufactured lie that destroyed lives, schools, communities, everyone's life. I've seen life after life after life, person after person's life destroyed, while the council, your local council, Kirklees Council, give away hundreds of thousands of pounds to make sure that the truth can never be told. I can't believe it. I knew from day dot, I asked myself the question, when this was blowing up and I knew the truth, I kept saying, how come no teachers tell the truth? If all those teachers know what's gone on in that school, how come none of them are coming out and saying, well, now we know. Now the whole world's going to know. Because Kirklees Council paid not to. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he was in the 7 years.
What was Jamal like?
He wasn't very nice. He called female teachers bitches. He just didn't really have respect for the female students, to be honest. Yeah, basically we were in a PE lesson and we were playing hockey with a teacher called Mr. Patel, and I had taken the hockey puck off of Jamal because I was on the other team and sent it to the other side of the room where my teammates were, and I then turned around and just felt a really sharp pain in my back, and he'd swung the hockey stick over his head and hit me in the spine with it.
Do you think there's any way that can be the hoax?
No. It knocked me to my knees.
It knocked you to your knees. How long did you know it was school?
About 2 weeks. I've had lasting injuries from it. It's caused me to have severe pain in the top of my back, and I'm on medication.
Still now?
Yeah.
Did you know get in trouble?
Not that I'm aware of.
First, I want to apologise to anyone on the forced to record with a hidden camera. Sadly, people are terrified to tell the truth because of the potential consequences. But the truth still needs to be told.
Well, do you that one where he hit that girl with a hockey stick on her?
Yeah, child.
Child. Just were not certain, sort of nationally, no respect for ladies, no respect for girls. Expected everybody to bow down to him.
Because I was like, he was like suicidal, he was like trying